Welcome to InstaClinic, the one about the skin microbiome. The skin microbiome is essentially another layer on top of our natural skin, almost like a second living layer. And it's filled with bacteria. When we think of bacteria, we all get a bit scared, but actually there's a good balance of good and bad bacteria in our skin, and that's what makes each of our skin microbiomes unique. But in order to talk a bit more about the skin microbiome, I've enlisted Nabi. Nabi is the ex-president and ex-CEO of Lancôme L'Oréal, which is a very big deal that she's here with us today.
You know, for years and decades, we thought that the skin was made only with the epidermis and then the dermis. And recently, we are discovering that these, layers are having another one on top of this, which is the skin physical barrier. It is made of your natural oils, water, and dead cells mainly, to make it very simple. And this one is a key element of your skin. And recently, we have discovered that there are healthy bacteria living in this physical barrier. And these healthy bacteria that we call the microbiome are there as your first immune system in a way. They produce molecules to protect you against inflammation, to protect you against pollution, to protect you against any kind of aggression you can have outdoor. When the skin barriers, including the microbiome, is perfect, the skin underneath regenerates at a good way.
Yeah. It's quite similar to our gut, isn't it? When we use pre and postbiotics, people have them every day as part of their day. This is kind of the same principle, isn't it?
It's exactly the same principle because, prebiotics, which is the food that you give to this healthy bacteria, is usually the one that's fabulous for your gut bacteria, is the one that comes from vegetables and fruits. It's called fibers. Fibers are the natural food for bacteria. They call it pre with an E. Probiotics means the bacteria. It's just another name for bacteria. So when people think they're taking probiotics, they are not taking real and alive bacteria. They are not putting real and alive bacteria in the skin. They are putting pieces of this bacteria that are going to ask the skin to have a good reaction. So the skin responds to these small pieces. So this is the difference between pre and probiotics.
I find this all very fascinating.
The bacteria that are on your face are going to feed using these prebiotics, and when they feed, they are going to overgrow versus the unhealthy bacteria. Unhealthy bacteria are the ones that are going to give you redness, sensitivity, eczema, psoriasis, rosacea, acne, and premature aging. So they are responsible of a lot of things we've been trying to tackle working on the dermis, but skincare can do fabulous work when it works on the outer layer.
I've always said this, and I stand by this. I think that healthy, glowing skin is key. And I know this is kind of the idea behind Orveda. It's creating that healthy glow.
It's true that Orveda concept and values are all around this idea to recreate a healthy skin glow. And in fact, the healthy skin glow is something much more complex to achieve. The glow of the skin is dependent on more than 10 skin parameters, such as fine lines, dark spots, visibility of pores. Anything that's dark on the skin is going to attract the light and trap it in a way. So it doesn't reflect the light, so the glow is minimized. And of course, this is really the goal of this line. It's really to work on the healthy, deep from inside the skin glow. And by the way, this is a universal need. In Asia, in Europe, in America, in South America, wherever you go, people, if there is one thing that's male, female, whatever is the age, whatever is your skin concern, it's glow. Simply, as you said it before, because it reflects the health that's inside. You should really make sure you're using what we call, between brackets, clean formulation. So this word is used and overused everywhere. Nothing inside that's going to disturb the skin microbiome. So at Orveda, for example, we don't use phenoxyethanols, which is a preservative that you can find everywhere. We don't use, of course, parabens, which is another preservative that penetrates your skin and gets into your blood circulation and acts like a hormone disruptor. You shouldn't use anything that contains sulfates when it comes to cleansers or soaps. Sulfates and cleansers are going to overstrip your skin from the good oils, and they're going to increase the pH of the skin. It's going to make your skin alkaline. Your skin loves to be slightly acidic, around 5. And the other thing is that on top of this clean list, you should add prebiotics to your skincare. So every time you look at your ingredient list, look for alpha-glucan oligosaccharide, which are sugars. Sugars comes from the fruits. These sugars are the good food for the healthy bacteria you have on your skin. There is, habits. Don't use water that's too hot under the shower. I know people love to shower under super, super hot water. This is going to kill all your skin, microbiome. This is going to strip your skin from the good oils it has been producing during the night, for example. Our bioenzymatic cleansing oil is a perfect product to really clean your skin without sulfates, so without overstripping your skin. The healing sap is an AM/PM serum that's going to boost hydration. This one is going to boost hydration, nutrition, the glow of the skin, the healthy tones, lower the unhealthy tones, fight skin signs fatigue. Or the prebiotic emulsion, it's a fluid, so for anyone who doesn't like thick creams and who thinks gels are not enough moisturizing, the prebiotic emulsion is perfect. And then next to it, you have the Firm Brew Botanical Cream. This one is, we call it the cream that rivals retinols, without retinols. And for the eye zone, I think there is a product that you love, which is the Eye Unveiler 422.
A lot of people are using vitamin C because they support collagen, they're good for pigmentation. People are using hyaluronic acids in the daytime as serums, and people are using retinols at night. How can Orveda's line play a part in that?
So in fact, our products can work perfectly in sync with all these kind of treatments. There is a philosophy of the brand which says that we are all about strengthening your skin barriers rather than weakening. So we are not going to propose to you any product containing vitamin C or retinols, because there are more and more studies that show that these products that are very, very active, they speed up the regeneration rate of the skin, etc., they are compromising your skin barriers. There are a few products specifically designed for post and pre-procedures. They are perfect to help you soothe and calm down the irritation that comes from these ingredients. Prebiotic emulsion, overnight skin recovery mask, Eye Unveiler have been designed specifically for this kind of compromised skins.
Okay. The product range is biodegradable, it's vegan, and there's a very natural side to it. And the products are not scented, but some do have fragrance. And I think I'd like to see how that ties in with a brand that's cleaner.
In fact, it comes from the fact that there is a big confusion when it comes to fragrances. And we don't use the word fragrance, we say scent, but legally anything that just smells and doesn't have an effect on the skin has to be written as fragrance in the ingredient list. In fact, fragrances do have two issues. Sometimes they contain chemicals that we don't want, such as phthalates that are almost forbidden everywhere today. And the other thing is that it contains allergens. And we've been creating with Orveda Galbanum scent, the only scent on the market that doesn't have allergens. And you have a list of ingredients. Usually in other brands, you have a list of a lot of ingredients. If you type in on internet, you'll see that there are common allergens. You don't find these in our scented products. Of course, we have unscented options for those who don't even like the idea of having something that smells. But we've been creating probably the most sustainable and safe scent for the skin you could find today on the skincare market. We are using actives on 3 levels. The first level is to make the skin barrier stronger. So we use antioxidants, these, and prebiotics, so that the skin can regenerate underneath. The second level, which is across the whole line, is kombucha fermented black tea. This comes from, Mongolia and Asia. They've been doing this for centuries, and this fermentation of black tea produces a certain amount of very, very interesting ingredient for the skin. They are acting like lipofillers. Lipofiller is when you inject your fat in your face, which is exactly the same thing that you do when you inject hyaluronic acid on the face. So this one is going to make the skin more plumpy, more bouncy. And the other thing that kombucha fermented black tea does is that it acts literally like makeup from inside. It's going to increase rosy tones, healthy tones, and decrease olive, ashy, and grayish tones in the skin. On the last level, depending on the product you are going to use, we have ingredients that are dermatological ingredients such as niacinamide, hyaluronic acids, also adenosine, which is the only ingredient recognized in Korea as an anti-wrinkle ingredient. And these ones are there to boost the effect of the SKU you're buying, depending if you are looking for anti-aging effect or if you're looking for a more balancing act on the skin.
So that's a wrap. That was the InstaClinic. Thank you. Thank you, Sue. Honestly, it's always a pleasure, and you're such a fountain of knowledge, and I think that what you've created is incredible. If you go to Orveda.com, on the website, they have a section called Did You Know? And it's actually quite a fascinating read. It's sort of all the stuff we've talked about with a bit more depth. It's something to think about in terms of how you look at your skin and how you treat it. So that's Orveda.com. So yeah, make your way over and have a look.
Thank you.